Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host. And this is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. And this time, I'm going to talk a little bit about Harvey Pekar and American Splendor. Now, I have done one on an episode on American Splendor before. I was showing some of these trade paperbacks, reprint that I've got of them, and I thought just for some background I would show them again. I've got at least one more, but I couldn't find it. It's not wasn't with the rest of them. This is so from Off the Streets of Cleveland, more American Splendor. Well, I have the first one too, which was, or I guess it was the first one with Bob and Harvey's American Splendor. It was all Crumb art, and it was reprinting some of the early stuff. And then I have this one with Crumb on the doing the cover with a variety of interior artists. And then have this one. I think this was the first one. And then The Life and Times of Harvey Pekar. This is showing when he was on TV on the talk show. And again, the same bunch, the usual bunch of artistic idiots. Oh, some nice guys. Nice artwork on this, on them. And here, and this one. This is with Drew Friedman did the caricature cover, and got that one. Then we have Our Cancer Year. This is by Harvey and his wife Joyce Brabner. With all the art by Frank Stack. And to be honest, Frank Stack was never my favorite artist for this. Actually, but he is very competent, and I'm not thrilled with his style, and he is good at storytelling. And this is just featuring the stuff, mostly stuff from the year that Harvey had cancer. And then here's our movie year, and again, variety of artists. And it's not all. This isn't all. This is about the year when the American Splendor movie was made, but it's not all about the movie. It's kind of related, but not all specifically. But that weeks ago I had been hunting for my. Ooh, these books are heavy altogether. Oops, I missed one. Been hunting for these my earlier magazines, my earlier comics, and I could not find them. So I was looking for something else, and there they were. But it's still not all of them. I'm still missing some. I don't know where they are. Anyway, American Splendor. Is an autobiographical independent comic book series written and published by Harvey Pekar and drawn by a wide variety of artists. Publication began in 1976, running irregularly until 2008. It was actually roughly about once a year, but not always. The latter part of the run. For the latter part of the run, the title was published and distributed by major publishers, primarily Dark Horse, and finally DC Comics Vertigo line. And aside from reprint trade paperback volumes, there was a total of 39 issues. And that's quite a few. and I don't have them all. I'd like to get them all. And I know I've got some more. And I know the earliest ones I never got because they weren't available. I started reading, picking these up in the mid '80s, and reading them, and became a big fan. It was primarily because I had become a fan of Crumb's work that I started reading American Splendor, because he was doing so much on that. And then, this here is issue number 7, and I think this is the first issue that I ever bought, though, and as I recall. And then I was later able to get some others, and even a few, but I don't know. And he, of course, Harvey was inspired to do the comics, inspired by Robert Crumb, and of course they worked together so well. And I still think, even though there's a lot of great artists that have worked on this series, and I think, but I think Crumb's art is the style that fits it the best overall. It's because there was so much overlap, because he did so many of the autobiographical type stories as well, and their works together have inspired many creators since in doing independent and autobiographical comics stuff. People such as Colin Upton and Noah Van Sciver, among many others. And they inspired me to do, back in the 80s, I did, and 90s, I did some autobiographical comic stories myself. And for a short time, I corresponded with Harvey. It was back in the 80s. It was only a couple of letters. I wrote him 2 or 3 letters, and he sent me back a couple. And I wish I knew what had happened to him. I know I didn't throw them out intentionally, but they probably got thrown out somewhere along the line over the years. And I wish I still had those. They were just short little notes, not a full on letter. But I wish I still had those, because when Harvey passed away, I heard that he passed away, I was so saddened. Because reading his about his life and stuff in his comics, reading his stuff, it makes you feel like he is a friend. And so it felt like losing a friend. Okay, and Harvey Pekar, more from 1939 to 2010. And of course, living in Cleveland, Ohio, which is a city big in history for both comics and music, and rock and roll music, particularly, right? Of course, that's where I hate when that happens. My mind just goes blank. When the guys who, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, there they are, who created Superman, were from Cleveland. And Jerry Siegel's house is now an historical landmark, and done largely to, I can't think of his name. He's a writer who even wrote a novel, one of his suspense novels, involving that house, and the work of Siegel and Schuster. But all that was fictitious. But that house is now an American landmark. He got, and I can't think of his name right now. He writes bunches of thriller novels, and he used to write Justice League comics and stuff like that. And he was instrumental in getting that house put on the National Historical thing. And I would be great if we could do the same thing for Harvey, because but I just hope, if his wife Joyce is still around, I hope she's doing well. And I would hopefully like to see, especially some of the later material reprinted in trade paperback volumes, like some of the earlier stuff was, and that would be a great source of income for her or their daughter. Okay, yeah, and Harvey is American underground and independent comic book writer and publisher. He was also a music critic, having written for various jazz magazines, and was also did some stuff as a literary critic. And he's a media personality, appearing several times on the David Letterman show. And yeah, and he was on there to talk about his comic books, and they got into some arguments, and some of his material was adapted into a stage play, and I didn't realize how early that was, because I was just looking through these, and there's a reference in 85 about the play, so I guess that play was done fairly early. And of course, later in 2003, there was a film adaptation. When I'm done with this, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to watch the movie, American Splendor. And he was posthumously inducted into the Eisner Award Hall of Fame. Yeah, love Harvey. And all the artists. Of course, there are so many artists. Okay, this is number 7. Of course, whole bunch of great artists, artwork. And here we have number 9 in this issue, How to Alienate People. Plus Harvey's newest wife appears. See if you can spot her. Yeah, I guess he was married 3 times, but Joyce was the last and probably the best. There's some real nice stuff there. And okay, so many. Of course, my favorite artists for him were, of course, Crumb. He's my favorite. Gary Budgett and Gary Dumb, with the work of Joe Zabel, and I spelled his name wrong here. And Gary Dumb and Joe Zabel, I covered them on another episode about their own, it's a mystery series that they did. And Jerry Shamray, I really like his artwork too. But there were some notables. Others I look glancing through, and there's like Val Mayorik, Spider-Man, co-creator of Howard the Duck, and stuff like that. Richard Corbin, I think, showed only one. I only saw one page by him, but still, Richard Corbin did one. Jeez, and have several with Jim Woodring, who's another underground artist. So some of the major underground artists, so Joe Sacco, and the like. And I was flipping through. I would really like to see how Spain Rodriguez would do American Splendor. And then I saw a page. It's just one page by Spain Rodriguez. So that took care of that. But I'd like to have seen him do more than just the one page. Maybe he has, and I just didn't come across it. Okay, and here we have number 11. Oh, here's another one of Spain. Wow. So that makes at least 2 single one-pagers by Spain. Wow, I didn't realize that. Because Spain has done some autobiographical stuff and historical stuff. Oh, here's another Spain story. So he did a lot more than I thought. That's great. Because of course, I am a big Spain Rodriguez fan. Here we have number 12 with him on the Letterman show. Oh yeah, and he also, of course, would have the back cover would be just a single page, usually single panel thing, and of course all his stuff was stuff that he saw, things experienced, or had witnessed. Ethnic bakery. Number 14 here. See, what year would this have been? This would have been in the 90s. Yeah, 89. And there's a page by Drew Friedman. It must take him an awful long time because all the stippling was taking him so long to do a more cartoonish style. Number 15. And some people didn't, readers, they didn't get it because, well, it's not funny. How come it's not funny? Well, it's not intended to be funny. They didn't understand that comics don't have to be funny. Joe Zabel and Gary Dunn. And then this one here. Oh, no, wrong one. Full color, and they got more sophisticated. You probably had more money to invest in it and stuff. More complete color. And then this one here, number 17, was the first issue published by Dark Horse Comics. Number 17, but it was they did this one in the his regular magazine size format. Before, and they're out of order here now, before doing the regular comic book size. And again, I don't have all of these. I looked at an inside ad in there, and they're advertising the other previous issues, and I recognized two that I had, but I don't have here, so they must be floating around somewhere. This is Comic-Con comics. So this was about the Comic-Con. Yeah, the invitation, yeah, it's all Comic-Con stuff, and and this is the stuff that he hated. I know, Harvey said he just did not like genre comics or genre literature, which would be like science fiction, fantasy, Western, and the like. And I don't know why, but I like his stuff. But see, I also like Henry Miller. This is unusual stuff, and up. Come on, Charles Bukowski. I like some of his that I've read, and they're unusual, and they are the kind of stuff like this. Except Miller had more graphic sex and stuff in his. But American Splendor. This is a beautiful painted cover. I forgot to show. I wanted to show the back cover on that one. Painted cover by Joe Zabel, and it's a really nice color work. Full painted covers, both front and back. So it's some beautiful stuff. And here they're not numbering them, so I'm not. These are approximately the order, but odds and ends. This is Joe Sacco. He was doing more of the stuff then. Had a kind of a wider range of artists. Here. This is, yeah, Joe Sacco. Yeah. Here you go. On the Job. Here's the Frank Stack. Now I like his painted cover work here better than his black and white interior work. See, and this is mostly his work on the interior, and it's just largely he's a fine artist, and is quite capable. Does good visual storytelling. It's just his stylization does not appeal to me. So don't say Bizarre Brain Comics said Frank Stack sucks. No, it's not what I said. I don't agree with that at all. It's just that it doesn't appeal to me as much as some of the others, and I prefer the others. Another painted comic page by Joe Zabel. Some nice stuff. Transatlantic Comics. Usual bunch of idiots. This looks like mostly stack. Ah, here we go. Who's this? Oh, that's got a lot of text. Dear Harvey. Oh, yeah, this is someone's writing him a letter. And I don't see the... Oh, this is a different artist, but it's in the context of, in the middle of that other story. Oh, but I don't see who the... Didn't see who the artist was. And then we go back to Frank Stack. Okay. An American Splendor Terminal. It's nice and loose, which works good, I think, for the painting. I don't think his looseness works as well for the interior art. Another great Joe Zabel, no, Gary Dumb painted cover on the back, painted page on the back. Dan Haspiel. Oh, yeah. Photo cover. He even had his. It was like a magazine going in to his address, and has his address right here. Whether that was his current address or not, I don't know. David Collier. Yeah. Now I like some of the Collier stuff. Collier did some good comics as well, and I liked his stuff. Ameritech. Yeah, David Collier. Yeah. He mostly did writing on in his book too. This is 2000, Danielle. Stack. And then the last one that I have is number 2 from Vertigo. And this is the one that's got Richard Corbin page in it. And I like this. But I don't know if I ever got issue number 1. I don't know how many issues they published. And just something I don't... Oh, he sold out. There's having ads on the back. Oh, regular ads. Has some real nice artwork right there. This is Chris Weston. And so, and the artist here is a little more mainstream, quite a bit more mainstream, more polished than for the most part. What he does, but here's the Richard Corbin page. A story. I guess it's more than just a page. Halloween Glasses. Yeah, art by Richard Corbin. And that's the last one that I've got. So that's all I've got to show you this time. And I run quite a bit long as I expected to for this. But love the Harvey Pekar. And so I hope you enjoyed that little walk through the streets of Cleveland with Harvey Pekar and American Splendor. So thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe, and do leave a comment. Tell me, what do you think of Harvey Pekar's American Splendor? If you're the kind of guy that only likes, or gal, only likes the mainstream comics, or just an X-Men fan or what have you, I'm sorry. Then this isn't for you. But if you have a more eclectic taste like me, because my interests run the gamut. And my primary objective with comics is to read them. That is ones that I'm not drawing. So I want to thank you for joining me. And leave your comments down below. And remember, comics are art.